Ladies and gentlemen, little Au5 album going on here. Just some thoughts, little preface on the album before we start. I thought it's been pretty good so far. The singles have all been huge growers. It's funny because every song I've listened to on the streams, I've been like, it's okay. And then once I've given it some time, I'm like, damn, some of these are pretty fucking good. So I've kind of learned my lesson, and I'm going to start to give these, I'm going to head into these with a more open mind than I normally have. I'd like to think I'm pretty open-minded with this stuff. I don't let artists influence my decisions and stuff like that, but I really want to consider the fact that a lot of these will probably grow on me. So I'm going to try to keep the criticisms. I mean, the criticisms will still be there. That's TKC classic, but like, we'll definitely consider it when I'm listening to these songs, that these could definitely be growers for sure. So I say we just hop right into it, dude. We have got Entrance, 5 minutes and 7 seconds. Seems like it's a legit song. Let's hop into it, dude. All right. Bro's in full concentration mode. It feels like an album opener so far, I'm not gonna lie, but nice keys. You just ordered a Jamba Juice? That sounds fire. Oh. Love the sort of dissonance in that chord. That feels appropriate. Okay. Did not expect 4 on the floor. Yeah, bring in the snare. Nice snare on that. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, thought the idea was pretty cool. It's kind of dragged on a little bit, but yeah, production's there for sure. Cool little idea. Had its sort of allure in the beginning. I think it just started to get a little, ideas started to fall off a little bit towards the end there, but still thought it was great. No comment, Oscar. Love the keys on this. We going a little darker, perhaps? The fills. Huge fucking sound. Bringing the melodic dubstep. All right. Yeah, you know what? I'll give Oscar his credit. I'd say that's a real tune. Great production on that. Great production on that. I love that, like, little note that he plays where it's got like a little bit of like, it's almost like detuned in a way. That's cool, dude. That's cool. Yeah, I'll be flat out honest. Really only thing that I could comment about that, at least from a negative perspective, is that drop one's a little too long. Drop one's a little too long. Would have liked to see maybe like a little sort of halftime in that, kind of to just switch it up a tad. So that was really the only thing that kind of held me back off that one. Drop one was a little too long. Outside of that, really did a good job at developing the atmosphere there. Production was absolutely on point. Percussion was on point. Great fucking snare. That second drop was gorgeous with that sort of, felt like 120-ish, 128 sort of, 130 BPMs type dubstep. Felt very slow, but with the slowness, you can bring the fucking impact in those fills. And to me, that's what makes Nurko sound so great, is that it's that 128 BPM sound, but the fills in them, they last longer, and then when the saws come back in, they're just so much fucking heavier. We got some 7.5s, 8, 7.6, 7, 8, 8.25. How long ago do you think this song was started? I think I saw you guys talking about this. It was spoiler tagged, but I think you guys were, I think like the fact that I saw you guys talking about it kind of already spoils the fact that I know it's probably an old song. I don't know, maybe like I'll go with like 2016. Let's guess 2016. Why not? Let's guess 2016. 2015. I'll take it. Pretty close. But I will say, he must have remastered it, surely. He must have remastered. I mean, to be fair, though, some old Au5 stuff even holds up today. So maybe he didn't. I don't know. Yeah, I think overall, I give that like an 8.25. Great start. Did its job really well. And yeah, I'd give it an 8.25. Great. I'd say it's a great... I prefer... We've talked about this in the Discord a lot. I really am not a fan of dedicated intro and outro sequences, man. I'm really not a fan of them. So I love to see this, you know, turning an intro into an actual song, but still establishing the idea of it being like an intro, per se. It's not just like Midnight Kids introspection where it's just a noise for a minute, you know? Like, or it's just like Jason Ross 1000 Faces where it's just like a bunch of keys. You know, it's like it establishes itself as an intro. There's drops there. It feels like it has its purpose, which is huge. Starfall is another great one. I love when artists do that. I've never been a fan of just the straight up intro sequences. I love it when the albums start off with an intro type track, but it's an actual track. It's not just like intro sound for like a minute and a half, you know? If you guys kind of catch my drift on that. And same thing with album closers. I think Lonely Alive by Dabin, some of the best album closers that you could ask for. And they're legitimate songs. You can make an album end appropriately on a great song. So that's kind of how I think of it. But yeah, overall, great little intro there. Next up, we got Bridges, Au5. As mentioned before, we're only going to be listening to the brand new ones. I think that's the standard we're going to start setting on this channel. I'm just only going to be listening to the new ones, but we'll still review the older ones. In terms of Bridges, came out a couple months ago. Bridges is good. I actually remember we did not listen to this one on stream. Doesn't matter. It's been out. So yeah, Bridges, really good. Melody, I love Linny's vocal. Linny's vocal is great. I think the big thing that kind of holds me back is the melody in the drops feels a little unfulfilling at times. Yeah, but I think that as much as I like to kid that 115 BPM's gross, it works on this track. It really does. Yeah, it's just like a fun sort of poppier Au5 tune, synth wavy type elements in there. Everything works. I would agree with Michael though. I think, in my opinion, I definitely think it's the weakest single to date now. But I think it still does its purpose, you know? I think it does what it wants to be really well. Like I said, that poppier style tune, because with Au5 he's gonna do some crazy fucking shit. So seeing him try for a more laid back style, I think it fits. Again, I guess we haven't heard the rest of the album, but I'm sure Bridges will probably have its place in terms of how the album is per se. I think I would also give Bridges an 8.25. It's grown for sure. I think when I first heard Bridges, I would have given it a flat 7. So it's grown for sure when it comes on. But again, I think the big thing for me with is those verses that sells Bridges. The verses are so great. The production from Au5 sells it along with Linny's vocal. So yeah, overall, really good stuff. Looks like it's a clear good from chat for the most part. All right, yeah, minute has passed. It's a good from chat. I probably could have ended that a lot earlier. I don't know why I waited for the minute when it was a clear runaway good. It's going to get a good from chat. I'd agree. I think it's just a good little tune. Doesn't do anything too crazy, but again, like I mentioned, it's appropriate for what it wants to be. Waiting. Waiting, on the other hand, Waiting has also grown on me as well. Definitely not, again, like mind-blowingly great in anything like that. I think the big kind of hold back for Waiting is that it's pretty generic. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there was an evident amount of risk on a lot of the other tunes. Waiting just feels like, to me, the most Ophelia standard melodic bass tune of the singles. So that's kind of the big thing that's held it back. The big thing that's grown on me though is the vocal. The vocal has definitely grown on me for sure. Great vocal. But I still kind of feel the same as I did for my reaction. Drop 1, great. Drop 2, not selling it as much. I think kind of taking away what made Drop 1 so great, which was that sort of bassy style lead, and then removing it in Drop 2. Not sure about that decision from a songwriting perspective, but you know what? It's still a great tune, and as mentioned before, the vocal is fantastic. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. So I realized I didn't even rate it. Yeah, I'd give it like an 8.5. 8.5 I'd say is appropriate. Just a little bit better than Bridges, I'd say. It's really good, but at the end of the day, nothing like entirely spectacular from my opinion. So that's just kind of where I'm sitting on that front. But can see how a lot of people would say otherwise. Because I mean, it fits right up that melodic dubstep sort of vibe that a lot of people on this channel love. So that's going to get a good from chat. This is what happens every time we do the vote. It's good. Like, I don't think anyone can disagree with that unless you don't like melodic bass. It's a good song. Like, that being said, is it like mind-blowingly good? Probably not. I think that if it took a little bit more risk, there was certainly the potential for that, but it just didn't take enough risk to really get to that stage. But it's a good song. Does what it needs to do. But yes, next up we've got Au5, Danica Nadeau, Summer Days. Have literally no idea what to expect from this one. I have heard nothing about it. Heading into this one as blind as can be. Blind as a bat, if we want to throw an idiom in there. I was gonna say, with the name Summer Days, feels like it's gonna be a lot more upbeat, but
I'm doing my thing. Sun on my skin, I go with the wind. I'm trying to get you out of my sisters. Everywhere I go and where I turn, I'll never admit that it still hurts.
all right.
To think about us, but you and me, the summer days. So think about us. You're everything I can't replace.
Okay, I thought that might have been a drop there, but yeah, this one's gonna seem like it's gonna have some groove. Au5 future bass. Yeah, that's fun. I'll be honest though, not loving the vocal if I'll be honest, but like, production's definitely selling it for me. Nice backing elements in the production there. Drop 2 is similar to the Call On Me remix. Alright, I'll keep an eye out for it. Nice toms there. Alright, drop 2. Whoa, dude. Love the ton, like all the space in that. Love the fills on that. Nice. Yeah, fills are selling that one. Ooh. Whoa, the smoothness of that sound, dude. All right, that was fun, dude. Good work. Yeah, great stuff there from Au5. Sort of had like a future bassy, was like a blend of like future bass and melodic dubstep. Yeah, had that like sort of synth wavy type texture that Au5 loves to go for. If I'm gonna be honest though, not a fan of the vocal. Not really a fan of the vocal. I know Au5 and Danica Nadeau have done a lot of stuff in the past before, but like, I don't know, the way that the words were kind of enunciated was kind of bothering me. So yeah, wasn't really really huge on that. But outside of that, everything about the production I was really loving. From verse production to drops wise and production, especially that outro was fantastic. So smooth in that outro. Yeah, I'd probably give that like an 8.75. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now. Nice little tune there from Au5. I will also mention too, Phil's fucking sold that song, dude. Great fills, leaving tons of space, and then when the saws come back in, they hit way harder. Love that stuff. Fills are so important to build a great fucking drop, dude. But yeah. Gonna get a good from chat. I'd agree. I think it's good as well. High end of good. Just a good song. Again, I think production-wise, I want to say it's amazing, but like, just need a different... It's just the vocal's not for me. I know a lot of people are saying that they love the vocal, but like, not for me personally, per se. But yeah, anyways, next up, we have got another single, little before you leave type action. We have got Au5, cyazon, Tyler Graves. Little iconic reaction because I had just went to a festival the prior week and my ears were fucked that whole week. I don't know why. I was like legit wearing earplugs the whole time. And the festival was super fucking quiet. One of the quietest shows I'd ever been to. And so like when I heard it initially, I was like, this has no punch at all. It was just like, I remember rating every song that week. I was like, it's all right. It's because my ears were fucking, it was not a good week for my ears that week. But yeah, Overtime Before You Leave has probably been one of, I think it's, I don't know if I want to say my favorite of the singles, which I guess leaves the spoiler for what is my favorite. But yeah, Before You Leave's great, dude. Super I think creativity is what sells Before You Leave for me. The Tyler Graves vocal has grown on me. Again, Tyler Graves still isn't my favorite vocalist in the world, but like, I think her vocal on this track is definitely appropriate. And then the cyazon influences with the mid-tempo-y type stuff works for me. So yeah, overall, it's definitely been a grower for me for sure. As all of the singles so far. Yeah, I'd give Before You Leave a 9.25 out of 10. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now. Great fucking tune. That's gonna get amazing from chat, by the way. But next up, we got a brand new one for you guys. We got Resurrection, Au5, Lomaximus. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Au5 and Lomaximus did SOS, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct on that assumption? Like the Subsidia tune? They did Save Our Souls. Was not a big fan of that one. So I will say, heading into this one with an open mind. But yeah, interested to see what they do. Maybe it's a little dubstep-y thing again, or interested to see what they'll do. Already liking the atmosphere it's building. Already liking it. I mean, just seeing what label it's on can already tell you that it'll probably be better. Little choir sort of feel to it. Love that sound. Oh, gross. Oh my god, dude. Is this a drop? That was an interesting... Was that a drop or was that a build? I assume that was a build. It felt like it could have been a drop though, but... Oh my god! I love that open space there, dude. Yes, dude. Now the song, like the bass kind of fades. The snare on that too. And like the electric guitars on that are sick as well. Okay, I see you guys. That's kind of fun. Like that just feels like straight up like they're like, look at the sound, look at how talented we are at producing. It's just it's a sound design flex. That being said, a lot of the time there can be like the sound design flexes, but like musically it's not there. That feels musically there. That feels musically there. Alright, drop 2. Oh, a little melodic. Love the fills on that. Love the chants on that. Oh, God. Yeah, that's sick. Oh my God. That really does feel like Celestial Void. All right, dude. Nice. Yeah, I mean, what else is there really to say about it? As mentioned before, it's like Au5 and Lomaximus just like decided to flex their sound design. Yeah. Not much else to really say. Production on that's top notch. And yeah, I think musically it definitely held up for sure. I think that's the big thing with a lot of like the sound design flex tracks, as a lot of people like to call them. A lot of the time they don't really hold up a ton musically. That felt like it held up musically pretty well. I'm not gonna say it was like mind-blowingly musically sound, but I definitely think it was there for sure. It just felt like, it feels like one of those tunes that like you listen to it, it's really fucking cool, but like you don't return to it, you know? That's just kind of where I'm getting from it. So it was really cool, but like I don't know if I necessarily see myself like returning to that a ton, but like I can still appreciate it for what it is. I think I'd give that like an 8.5. That's kind of where I'm sitting, 8.5. As mentioned before, really cool tune. Yeah, kind of wish like that. Just wish it had like a little bit more going on musically, sound wise, but definitely definitely stronger than Save My Souls for sure. That's gonna get an amazing from chat. I can see it for sure. Again, I think that's the big thing is like I can appreciate that from like a sound design perspective for sure. I can appreciate that rating. But yeah. That's Resurrection. Next up, we also got another new one. We have got What You've Done with Dinakam. DNAKM. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've always said Dinakam. It seems like that's probably not Dinakam. DNAKM. I don't know. There's so many different ways you could probably say that. I'm going to go with Dinakam unless someone has the correct pronunciation they'd like to correct me. But a lot of people have pointed it out. Basically a Last Heroes collaboration. Mr. Brian and Mr. Garrett are in the credits. So yeah, I assume either they did some work on it or it was supposed to be a Last Heroes collaboration and then they decided to take their name off it because they don't want to be part of like the melodic dubstep sound anymore. Who knows? Regardless, I also want to say I've heard this one. I saw Au5 at the Ophelia showcase in Vancouver. He played this one, so I kind of already know what it sounds like, but I haven't heard the recording in a hot minute. So it'll basically be decently close to a new one, but I kind of know where the sound goes. That makes sense. Fair.
I heard you calling out my name. Felt every part of me going in and out of place. I always knew I'd go insane, but I swear to God I never knew how hard the made me.
Nice verses so far.
'Cause I'm only there if you can use my love. Only
Yeah, I do remember this.
you're seen enough. And you cry like love was all you've done. I'll be like, this was all for fun. This is what you've
I will say I would like kind of wish there was a little bit more going on in the verses, but
This is what you've done. This is what you've done.
yeah, this is the drop I remember hearing. Huge fucking fills. Like, listen to that snare, dude. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I heard both. I don't know if I remember this part.
This is what you've done.
Yeah. That's good. Just based off the drop, I don't know if it's like necessarily my favorite of the new ones. Like, it's a good drop though, for sure.
Sat staring right at me like you were full of grace. All of the men I've died in vain. And you swear to God you only love, so love is all you've got. 'Cause I'm only there if you can use my love. Only there if you are seen enough.
Yeah. Verses aren't engaging me like a ton here.
Love was all you've done. In your eyes, this was all for fun.
Second heavy drop.
If I knew what this would come to, I would do it all again. 'Cause my heart was there for now to know that we would like pretend. This is what
Sound like it's gonna get a little darker.
This is what you This is what you've done.
Whoa. What the fuck? Okay, that's kind of crazy.
This is what you've done.
god. Yeah, okay, that's good. Good work. I think melodically, the melodic drop to me, like, it's good, but I don't know if it's like connecting on a level of like, I want to say Summer Days drop 2. Summer Days drop 2 was really good. Yeah, like the dubstep drop was really nice. I really like the sort of blend between that melodic sound and the heavy, and then the heavy obviously and the drop 2 worked really well. Yeah, I don't know how I'm really feeling that one entirely though. The verses were kind of boring me. I'm not gonna like. Kind of wanted a little bit more. Felt like there wasn't like a ton of progression going on in them. And also the vocal wasn't my favorite in the world either. Yeah, I think I agree with Tyad on that one. I think the drops definitely felt like one of those ones where it was like the verses were structured around the drops, not vice versa. Yeah, overall, I still thought it was really good though. I don't know if that's necessarily one of my favorites off the album though, if I want to say. I think I'd give that like, I think I'll lean on it and I'll give it an 8.5 just based off like drop sound design and whatnot. Like the dark sound design definitely, I think it was enough to give it an 8.5 there for sure. Yeah, overall, I think definitely a lot of promise there for sure for me. Yeah, that one was good though, for sure. Again, I think that's the thing is like a lot of these could be growers at the end of the day. Who knows? The big one though is that if the verses aren't really engaging me a ton, it's kind of difficult. But we'll see. I'm gonna give that one its fair chance. Like I said, I add it to the playlist. If it's above like an 8, if it's an 8.25, 8.5, I'm adding it. So it's gonna get it's gonna get amazing from chat. Did not see. It's gonna get amazing. I don't know if I'd say it's amazing, but again, I think it's still really good. I can see the argument there. If that idea connects, then surely must be amazing to you, right? But all right, well, next up we've got Future Without You, Au5, Emmy. Last time Au5 and Emmy collaborated, it was Another Way. Fantastic chorus on that track. So let's see what they got this time.
You live in my past, never forgotten, never coming back. And if I knew the things you say, I could be yours for one more day. I never thought that it would end this way.
Holy shit. This is really fucking good so far. This is very good so far. Listen to the production elements there. Bring the strings in. Alright. We'll move the chair back a little bit. Whoa. Nice. I will say, very pretty idea. I wish that it would let the melody breathe a little bit more. Felt like there was almost too much fills in that one. I appreciate the creativity on display though. Man, great, top-notch verse production on that. The bass on that. Second drop. Let the melody breathe a little more. Come on. Whoa. That sounds like Skybreak. Yeah, that's fucking nice, dude. Yeah. Good work. I was gonna say that the saw decided to come back just a little bit there. Yeah. That's great, dude. Tons of character behind that sound. Verses extremely engaging. So many elements in that verse that keeps the listener engaged, from like the little keys, synth wavy style keys, the warm saws kind of in there, pads. Keeps that idea super engaging. Got that little midsection, as Vibin Guy was saying, little midsection, keeps things fresh, keeps things interesting. Great vocal by Emmy. I think really big thing for me holding that one back though is that I just wish that, I know we got that sound from drop 2, the little bit, letting the melodic breathe a little bit more. I kind of wish that we got that idea in drop 1 as well. Felt too much, a little bit too much was going on with the fills and stuff like that, but outside of that, dude, that one's fantastic. That might be my favorite of the singles so far. Not gonna lie. Overall, that one was fantastic. Great work by Au5. I think that might be my favorite of the ones so far. I'm gonna go with a 9.35 on that one. Gonna go with a 9.35. Yeah, definitely think that's the strongest of the album stuff so far. Definitely felt like nailed that that sort of synth wavy flavor, that sort of melodic feel that he likes to go for a ton. I think without those fills though in drop 1, dude, we could have been looking like 9.75, dude. We could have been looking at like a 9.75. You can see why everyone was hyping that one up. We got a 10, 9, 8.45, 9.8 to 10. 9.3, 9.25, 9.5, 9.5, 9.6, 9.6, 9.25, 8.75. Yeah. Agree with it, dude. It's a great fucking tune, man. Great fucking tune. Not much else you can really say on that front. 9, 10. Yeah. I think we just end that poll right there. That's going to get an amazing from chat. Would definitely agree for sure. Yeah. That's Future Without You. Great tune. We're going to hop into Paradise. Paradise is the next one. Again, was part of that double single with Waiting. Yeah, thoughts on Paradise. Paradise has grown a ton. Really love the melody. The melody is what sells me the most. It's a great fucking melody. Yeah. Overall, that one's grown a ton. I mentioned before that it felt a little chaotic. I think with time, I've grown to like that chaos a little bit. I think just on a first listen, it was a little overwhelming. And the same thing could happen with Future Without You in drop 1. Very possible. Yeah, Paradise is fantastic, dude. Love the melodic drops on that one are so great. Then you got that dark drop in drop 2. Such good stuff. Such good stuff. It's a great vocal too by Hale. I think that's her name, Hale. Great vocal by her. Yeah, not much else I can really say on that front. I think it's on par with Before You Leave. I'm going to give that one a 9.25 out of 10. Paradise has grown a ton. Great, great stuff from Au5 and derpcat on that one. Yeah, it's going to get an amazing from chat. I'd agree, dude. I would agree. It's an amazing one for sure. Again, I feel like and I think I've mentioned before it was a little too fast. I think that BPM works, dude. The weird 115 BPM has kind of grown on me. I think it's appropriate. So yeah. Anyways, final tune of the stream for you guys. It's been a long one. We've been going for 3.5 hours. We have got Escape, the closing song. Yeah, probably gonna be. If I had to make a guess, probably very similar to the opening one. If I had to make it, it just has more of like, instead of being a very opening intro-y type song, feel like it's gonna be a very closing-esque song. So let's get into it, dude. Great atmospheres. You ain't yawning on that one? If I'm yawning, it's not because I'm bored. it's just I'm a tired boy. Talking for 3.5 hours isn't easy, I'll tell you that. Especially as a huge introvert, it's not easy, dude. Whoa. Huge sound. Yeah, it's social battery, dude. Okay. Whoa, okay. Very similar to the entrance. Nice little fills in there. Breaking the lead, okay. That's nice. I think we should be okay. I don't think we're gonna get shut down. Love the lead on that. Was not expecting vocals. Who is this? Is this Au5 on vocals or something? Cool. Au5 singing? That's fun. It's actually a good vocal too. You know what? This does feel very appropriate as a closer, to be honest. He does sound like Nitrix. I can hear that. Alright. Drop 2. Vocals were a huge touch. Oh my god. Nice, good work. Good work. Felt very appropriate as an album closer. That did its job. great piano melody there too. Yeah, nice work. Still got like 10 seconds somehow, but yeah, I'll call it there. Great stuff. Again, I'll be honest. The dubstep portion in drop 2 felt not musically there for me. Felt too much like a sound design flex, but once that melody came in that second half, felt great. Really great job at closing that album there. Yeah, overall, I'd say that was really good. Not much else to say. Production was on point. Snares are always so great with Au5. His snares are like the most processed things imaginable. They're just great. Yeah, overall, not much else to say on that. The vocals were fantastic too. Would love to see him sing on more of his stuff. Great stuff. I'd give that like, I think I'd put that right on par. I think that was slightly better. I'd give that like an 8.5. I think it was slightly better than the entrance. I'd probably give that like an 8.5. I think the big thing that's selling that rating though is like how well of a job the melodies did as like kind of feeling like a closing, as like an outro for the album sort of thing. Yeah, looks like it's gonna get amazing from chat for the most part. We'll wait for a couple more votes to come in, but seems like that's the consensus for the most part. Overall thoughts on the album? I think production-wise, I mean, obviously, like it's Au5, dude. The production on that album is like absolutely insane. I think ideally though, I think like in terms of the expectations I had, it probably about met them. Like, I wasn't absolutely blown away musically in this project outside of like a couple moments in Future Without You. So that's like the big thing that kind of held the project back just a little bit. I've been a lot more into, I used to like back, I think if you showed me this project in like 2020, I would have said this is like god tier music. I've kind of shifted more towards prioritizing musicality and stuff like that over prioritizing production. So I can acknowledge the production. The production's really great, but I just wish that like, I think that was the big thing that kind of held this album back for me. Was just the musicality aspect of it all. Felt like a lot of drops just felt like sound design experiments and stuff like that, which is okay. But just the focus on musicality would have been nice. Overall, I still think it's a great album. I would say it met my expectations. I had the expectations that it would be like a really good album, but not one of an S tier album, say something like that. I had expectations that it was going to be like a mid to low A. I'd probably put it in like a mid to low A. I think I'd probably put it there if I was to like tier list all the albums. I'd say it's probably like a mid to low A, I'd say. And yeah, I think that's just kind of the thoughts overall. Like production was the absolute standout. Had its moments musically, and yeah, overall not too shabby here from Au5. I'd say it's a pretty damn good album. Yeah, I just want, as I mentioned before, want a little bit more from the musicality to get it up to that, high A, S tier level type stuff. But overall, I can't, again, low A is really good, dude. It's a great album. If you're an A tier, it's a great album. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm sitting with it right now. But overall, I still think it's great. Great album. Au5 did a fantastic job. Should definitely be proud of what he's done. Also, the album art is fucking sick, though. The album art's so sick, dude. So, and I think people were saying he made all the album art. So yeah, he should be proud of this project. It was a great project. Really enjoyed the rollout for it from Ophelia. Lots of good singles on display. It was fun seeing the singles grow. So again, who knows? Maybe in time the project will grow for sure. But yeah, I'm sitting towards like a mid to low A right now for that